kick it up a notch. And 2014 is the time for a historic level of expansion. We've developed and are presenting today 8 new venues that represent a remarkable selection of the new, the unique, the enticing, and the craveable. And that's quite an undertaking to roll out all of this excitement throughout the first half of the year to be ready by June.
And I'd like to talk a little bit about the new Starbucks.
Terrific. So, first of all, we start out with a world-class design, and then we take Starbucks from the second floor, we move it down to the entrance of our city. So we're moving it down, doubling the size, over 130 seats for your enjoyment, and this will be located right next to our next concept that we're going to be talking about, which is Cold Stone.
You know, Starbucks people are really great at brand definition. I mean, they do just a terrific job. They're re-imaging Starbucks for this location. 2,400 square feet, great seating area outside. It sits right underneath the canopy as you walk into CityWalk, so covered seating for Starbucks. And if you're anything like me, you've got to start the morning with a Starbucks. It's right on your way into the park. And that's exactly what you'll be able to do at the new Starbucks. So, from Starbucks to ice cream.
Oh. When you're on vacation, I think you ought to indulge. Now, Cold Stone does that for you. So we start out with making your favorite ice cream from scratch in front of you. We have this located right again in the entrance of our city, right next door to Starbucks.
If you're like me, you like to mix your own ice cream. You like to do it at a really cool place. And that's what's going to happen here. It sits right next to Starbucks, right on a really great corner, just under the bridge as you come in and out of CityWalk, and a great place. And if you don't like ice cream, then surely you must like frozen yogurt. And if you don't like either one of those, I'm not exactly sure what's the matter with you, but you should have that looked at.
Well, this is a fun twist on dessert, and no pun intended. We're talking about quality ingredients here. We're talking about certified kosher, gluten-free, it's vegan. This Menchie's will be located in our Lombard Street, which Mark is doing a terrific renovation on.
Lombard Street, as you know, goes from the lower part of CityWalk up to the upstairs exit of the cinema. It's going to be totally reimagined, lit at night, re-landscaped, and new venues along the way, with Menchie's being one of them. Great little patios outside, grab a yogurt with the family, sit down and go to see a movie, grab a yogurt, sit down. It happens to be right next door to the bread box, which we'll go to next. Brand new concept. And when we talk about the concepts, when we imagine these concepts, there are 3 really simple things that we focused on.
Right. And the name says it all. Handcrafted sandwiches, bread box. This is your corner deli, Mark. I mean, this is where you go and you get your traditional sandwich, or you get that gooey new craft sandwich. It's the very size of our business. Secondly, fresh bread all day long. We're going to be making fresh bread, not just one, but multiple types of bread. So when you come in here, you're going to really reminisce of your favorite sandwich shop that you grew up with.
Located right next door to the cinema. In fact, as you exit the cinema, there's a window inside the cinema looking into the bread box. So you can't miss the opportunity or the enticement to go have a sandwich at the bread box. Really fantastic. And that takes us on to our new Italian concept. You know, we have a really great Italian restaurant here right now, Pasta Mori. But as we do with everything, we look for an opportunity to make it better. And we think we have exactly that. Franzo is a working title name for our new Italian kitchen. We're going to take our Italian experience and kick it up several notches to something entirely new. When you go into this place, you'll have a vista right into the kitchen where you'll see them making fresh pasta every day to order.
I think that's exactly right, Mark. We want to show off our kitchen. You know, our theme here in CityWalk, really, we're talking about 3 things. We're talking about fresh ingredients, we're talking about made for you, and we're talking about made in front of you. So when you talk about our Italian kitchen, you'll see us making fresh pastas, simmering sauces, flatbreads. Not only do we have a private dining room to the side, but all aspects of the restaurant, you're going to be able to see us doing the art of cooking.
Great location, right in the center of CityWalk, totally reimagined exterior. These next few venues that we're talking about really represent the heart of CityWalk. All 3 of them happen right in the middle of CityWalk, and our Italian kitchen is going to be one of the major features for that, and a great experience in the Italian genre. And speaking of Italian genre, if you have not yet had a red oven pizza, well, then you probably have not yet had pizza. You probably didn't know that. You have not had pizza yet. So be prepared.
Yeah. Well, we set out to make what we thought was going to be the best pizza. So this artisan-made pizza, the old world tradition of ingredients, is something you commonly see in a full-service restaurant, in a more upper-end restaurant. So we decided to just take those ingredients, put them in a fast casual environment. So we start with double zero flour, the filtered water, some Marzano tomatoes, buffalo mozzarella. Our oven, which is, you'll see later on today, can get up to 1400 degrees. We decided to keep it around 900, which is what makes our crust perfect.
I told you he did a lot about food. There's the oven he's talking about, you'll see it a little bit later. Great little location, you walk up, you order your food, you see it, you order your pizza, you see it made right in front of you, it goes in the oven, you watch it cook, you go have a seat, they bring it right to your table. It's really terrific pizza. And that brings us over to Antojitos, which will bring the streets of Mexico City to life right here in CityWalk. It's festive, it's colorful, it's vibrant, and the environment matches the food.
Yeah, and once again, we're talking about fresh sauces, fresh tortillas, esquite, table-side guacamole, tamales. This is really the heart and soul of the food of the folks in Mexico. We have an amazing restaurant, so when you go out today and you look to your right and you see that towering building, it has 2 kitchens, 2 floors, and 2 menus. All of the kitchens, you can sit around the kitchen and watch us prepare all the food from scratch.
You'll see it when you go out. It is an amazing structure. The interior is amazing as well. The fixtures, the furnishings, the space itself, the environment, the wardrobe, the presentation of the food, everything is just full of life and full of flavor. This is really a spectacular version and fits right into what we're talking about. We're going for best in category. This will be best in category when it comes to Mexican. So, you can't have a great place without a great hot dog. We searched the world over for what is a great hot dog. We came across Steve Schussler, who had an idea for the Hot Dog Hall of Fame to bring to life all the great hot dogs. And here is Steve Borman to tell you a little bit more about the Hot Dog Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Mark. I can't tell you how excited we are to open Hot Dog Hall of Fame in Universal CityWalk. Hot Dog Hall of Fame is a true slice of Americana. It's mom, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, baseball, and of course, hot dogs. And we Americans love our hot dogs. In a typical year between Memorial Day and Labor Day, Americans consume 7 billion hot dogs. If you strung together every hot dog eaten at a major league ballpark, it would stretch from Yankee Stadium to Candlestick Park. And Hot Dog Hall of Fame, quite frankly, is a collection of the best hot dogs, sausages, and French fries in the world. Our menu features iconic and classic dogs from all the great ballparks around the country. You get a Dodger dog from LA, you can get a Dixie dog from Atlanta, you can get a barbecue dog from KC, a good old-fashioned beer brat from Milwaukee, a dirty water dog from New York, or my personal favorite, the Chicago dog. At Hot Dog Hall of Fame, every dog has its day, which means we'll make your hot dog your way, with one exception. We will never, never ever, put ketchup on a hot dog. You have to do that your own. But if you want to kick up your experience a notch, you can slide into our gourmet mustard bar. We have the best mustards from around the world, certified and curated for us from the National Mustard Museum in Mount Forest, Wisconsin. So we have documentation of that. So please come join us, step up to the plate, work your way around the bases, slide into the box seats, and check out what's going on in the Jumbotron. Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Expect the best hot dogs, sausages, and French fries in the world.
Thanks, Jeff. Hot Dog Hall of Fame is located right across the street from Antojitos. And when he talks about going into the ballpark, this little venue is full of all kinds of iconography from ballparks, including seats from specific ballparks around the country. That'll be places where you can sit and have your hot dog, a Jumbotron to play some sports on, and a great place for a hot dog. This, you sometimes search the world for a great concept, and sometimes you come upon a great concept. A couple of years ago, I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, waiting for a flight with my wife. I said to her, I really like some sushi. She said, I really like a hamburger. And so we Googled sushi and hamburger and came up with CowFish. So we go in there, we have dinner, we have the most spectacular dinner we could imagine in the most wild place we've ever seen. I call the manager over, and Alan shows up, and he says, I say to him, what do you think about doing this in Orlando? I think we've talked a lot about these venues today. Everything we've imagined about taking CityWalk up to the next level is in progress and happening, and this is the first phase of an evolution that is going to keep CityWalk on the front edge of the best in class of everything you can imagine. So.